Long ago, in the kingdom of Azara, peace ruled the land. The sun rose over golden grasslands. Families lived in harmony. Children played without fear. But peace, like all things, cannot last forever. This was a land blessed by the ancestors. Rich soil, clean water, strong people who knew how to live with the earth. They did not know that darkness was coming.
Amara, a strong 28-year-old warrior woman, woke from a terrible dream. Fire, blood, her people screaming. And then she saw it, her own hands glowing with strange golden light. What was happening to her? The light faded, but the fear did not. She had seen this before in childhood, but never this strong. Something was changing inside her. Child, that was no dream. The ancestors are warning you. Great danger is coming. Amara, what danger, grandmother? They have chosen you as our guardian. Your mother had this gift. Her mother before her. When darkness threatens our people, one is chosen to protect them. Elder Zara placed the sacred beads around Amara's neck, the same beads worn by guardians for 1,000 years. Amara didn't feel ready, but destiny doesn't wait for readiness. While Amara discovered her destiny, Chief Okoro met with his advisors. In secret, Minister Dabu, cunning as a snake. General Kato, whose loyalty could be bought with gold. They were not planning to defend the kingdom. They were planning to sell it. Minister Dabu, my chief, the colonial army is coming from the east. Thousands of soldiers with guns and cannons. Chief Okoro, then we fight. We defend our land. General Kato, or we make a deal. The white colonizers offer us gold and power. If we simply let them in peacefully. Chief Okoro's eyes showed fear and greed mixing together. Greed and fear are powerful poisons. They corrupt even those who should be strongest. Amara rode with her fellow warriors to scout the eastern border. Her best friend Jabari rode beside her. They laughed and talked, not knowing what they were about to see. Jabari, Amara, you've been quiet since this morning. What troubles you? Amara, just a bad dream, my friend. Nothing more. Voiceover, but it was much more than a dream. It was a prophecy about to come true. They reached the hilltop and looked down. What they saw froze there. Blood. Thousands of colonial soldiers in red uniforms. Cannons, rifles, flags of a foreign empire. An army that could crush their kingdom like an insect. Jabari, by the ancestors, there are so many. Amara, we have to warn the village. Now. They turned to flee, but the colonizers saw them. A rifle cracked. A bullet struck Amara in the arm. She fell from her horse, bleeding. Jabari rushed to help her. But then something miraculous happened. Amara's eyes turned pure gold. Her wound began healing itself. And from her hands, golden light spread from her palms. The earth itself rose up, creating a wall that stopped the bullets in midair. The colonial soldiers stared in shock and fear. They had never seen anything like this. Jabari, the legends, they're real. You're the guardian. Came a power older than memory, the power of the ancestors. Amara burst into the council chamber, desperate to warn her people. Amara, chief, the colonial army will be here by morning. We must prepare defenses. Chief Okoro, there will be no battle. Amara, what do you mean? Minister Dabu, smirking, we've made an arrangement with the colonizers. We open the gates tomorrow. No fighting. Everyone lives. Amara, you mean everyone becomes slaves? You've sold our freedom. Amara ripped off her warrior emblem and threw it at the chief's feet. Her hands began glowing with ancestral power, filling the room with golden light. The corrupt leaders stepped back in fear. Amara, the ancestors didn't choose you. They chose me. Voiceover, she walked out. General Kato, watch your mouth, girl. The chief has decided. That night, Amara called the people to the village square. Not everyone came, many were too afraid. But enough gathered. Enough who still believed in freedom. Amara, our leaders have betrayed us. But I say we are not for sale. We are the children of warriors who never bowed. Elder Zara, stepping forward from the crowd, the ancestors have chosen her. Is our guardian. Slowly, hands rose in the crowd. Warriors stepped forward. Mothers, holding babies. Farmers with tools. Old and young together. They chose freedom over safety. Courage over surrender. The crowd roared with determination. Jabari, raising his spear, I stand with Amara. Who else will fight? Through the night, Amara trained her volunteer army. She taught farmers how to hold spears, showed hunters where to position for ambush. Every person, no matter their skill, had a role to play. And she practiced her own powers. She learned she could create shields of light, raise walls of earth, heal the wounded. With each passing hour, the ancestral gift grew stronger within her. Elder Zara blessed the warriors' weapons and painted sacred symbols on their foreheads. She chanted the old prayers, calling on the ancestors to walk beside them in battle. Elder Zara, chanting, Ancestors, walk with us. We do not fight alone. Give us strength. Give us courage. Protect your children. The sun rose on the day of reckoning. The colonial army formed battle. Lines, hundreds of soldiers, gleaming rifles, thundering cannons. And there, riding beside their commander, was Chief Okoro, the traitor who had sold his own people. Commander, surrender now and you'll be treated fairly. Amara, he is not our chief, and you are not welcome here. Commander, and who are you? Some tribal witch. Amara, I am Amara, daughter of Azara, chosen by the ancestors, guardian of this land, and you will go no further. Voiceover, her eyes turned pure gold. Her hands blazed with power. The colonial commander suddenly looked afraid. Commander, fire. Hundreds of rifles fired at once. But Amara raised her hands and a wall of golden light erupted from the earth. Every bullet stopped in midair. They hung there, frozen, then fell harmlessly to the ground. The colonial soldiers stared in disbelief. They had never seen anything like this. Their superior weapons meant nothing against ancestral power. Amara, now. Her warriors charged forward with a battle cry that shook the heavens. Chaos erupted. Amara moved through the battlefield like a force of nature. When cannons fired at her people, she raised walls of earth to protect them. When her warriors were outnumbered, she called upon the spirits of ancestors, golden ghost warriors who fought alongside their descendants. When her warriors fell wounded, she touched them and golden light flowed from her hands. Wounds closed, broken bones mended. They stood and returned to battle, protected by ancestral magic. Jabari, Amara, this power is killing you. Stop. Blood ran from her nose and eyes. Using this much power was draining her life force. But she would not stop. Amara, better to die free than live in chains. While brave people fought and died, Chief Okoro and his conspirators tried to sneak away with chests of gold, their payment for betrayal. But Elder Zara and the loyal elders blocked their path. Elder Zara, running while our children die? The ancestors see you. History will remember you not as leaders but as cowards and traitors. They fled into the wilderness, abandoning their people, their honor, everything. They would wander as outcasts forever, their names spoken only as curses. The colonial army had never faced anything like this. Their training meant nothing. Their weapons were useless. They were fighting faith itself, and faith cannot be defeated with bullets. The colonial commander tried to rally his men. He fired his pistol at Amara's heart. The bullet stopped in midair, held by golden light. Amara gestured, and the earth itself rose up, throwing him from his horse. He fell and did not rise. The colonial army broke. Hundreds of soldiers fled in terror, abandoning their cannons and rifles. They ran like children from a nightmare, never to return. Amara's warriors cheered in victory, but Amara herself collapsed, the golden light fading from her body. She had used too much power. Jabari caught her as she fell. Jabari, Amara, no, stay with me. Amara, did we win? Jabari, yes. They're running. You saved us all. Amara, good, that's good. Her eyes closed. For 3 days she lay between life and death while Elder Zara performed healing rituals and the entire village kept vigil, praying to the ancestors to spare their guardian. On the 4th day, Amara opened her eyes. The ancestors had decided she had earned the right to live and continue as guardian. Elder Zara, welcome back, guardian. Amara, grandmother, we won? Elder Zara, you won. Our people are free because of you. The village built a memorial for those who died in the battle. Candles, flowers, names carved in stone. Freedom had been won, but it came with a price. The people would never forget those who paid it. Amara stood before the memorial, tears streaming down her face. Name was a person she knew, a friend, a neighbor, a warrior who chose courage over surrender. Amara, I promise you, your sacrifice will not be forgotten. This land will remain free. The people chose new leaders not through birthright or force, but through trust and respect. Warriors who had fought beside them. Elders who had kept faith. Jabari, Amara's loyal friend, was among them. There would be no more single chief ruling through fear. The council would lead together, serving the people rather than ruling them. A new way born from the ashes of the old. Children brought Amara flowers and small gifts. She sat with them in the sunshine, telling stories, making them laugh. She was their hero, yes, but also their friend, their teacher, their protector. Child, tell us again how you stopped the bullets. Amara, I didn't stop them alone. The ancestors helped me, and the courage of every person who chose to fight. Amara began training young girls in warrior skills. Not just fighting, but leadership, wisdom, courage. The guardian line would continue through them. Amara, a guardian doesn't just protect with power. She protects with wisdom, with compassion, with the courage to stand alone if she must. Young girl, will we have the power too? Amara, perhaps. Or perhaps your power will be different. But every woman has strength inside her. You just have to find it. Amara stood with Elder Zara on the hilltop, looking toward the eastern horizon where the colonizers had fled. Amara, they'll come back, grandmother. More of them. Better prepared. Elder Zara, and you will be ready. And your daughters after you. The guardian protects. Always. Amara nodded. She understood now. This was not a victory that would last forever. It was a battle won in an eternal war. Every generation would face its own darkness. Every generation would need its own guardians. Each evening, Amara raised her hands toward the village below. Golden light flowed from her palms, spreading across the land like a blessing, touching every home, every field, every person. Protection, promise, hope. Amara, I am Amara, guardian of Azara. While I draw breath, no harm shall come to you. This I swear by the ancestors, by the earth, by the blood of those who died for our freedom. The kingdom thrived. New homes rose where old ones had burned. Fields yielded abundant harvests. Markets bustled with trade and laughter. Children played without fear. This was what they had fought for. This was freedom. Every night, Amara walked the borders of her kingdom. Her hands glowed softly with ancestral power, always ready, always protecting. She was the shield that never rested, the guardian who never slept. But she was not alone. Behind her, visible only to those with the sight, stood the spirits of her ancestors, golden figures who had also been guardians in their time. They walked with her, lending their strength, their wisdom, their eternal watch. And so the story of Amara, the last guardian, became legend. Mothers told it to daughters. Warriors whispered it before battle. The corrupt learned to fear it, and the oppressed found hope in it. Because it taught a truth that tyrants hate and the brave know in their hearts, that no army, no matter how powerful, can defeat a people who refuse to surrender their freedom. That courage, faith, and ancestral strength are mightier than any weapon forged by man. The wind blows across the kingdom of Azara. The guardian stands watch, and the land remains free. The end. Fade to black.